Hello. First of all, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Mrs. Cooper and I'm Head of Careers in Larne Grammar School. Plan to spend a short period of time talking a little bit about subject choices and their implications of this procedure. I also want to just also give you a little outline of what has been covered in the careers employability classes of your son and daughter at present. First of all, I want to outline the subjects that make up the compulsory core. Pupils will be placed in one of 5 classes for the compulsory subject. They will be selected for the compulsory core class based on internal assessment data. Obviously, Maths and English will be studied, essential subjects for any career. It's very important that students work hard at these subjects, as in the last few years, several universities and employers are looking for at least a B grade in these subjects. One of the 5 classes will also be selected to undertake a GCSE in further mathematics, and again, that would be based on internal assessment data. All 5 classes will study GCSE digital technology, a vital skill in the modern 21st century workplace that they have good IT skills. 4 of the 5 classes will study double award science. This will allow them to cover all 3 science subjects, so biology, chemistry, and physics, and again, a GCSE that is worth 2 grades. This qualification prevents students from dropping any science that they may need at this stage, and it allows them to keep all 3 science A-level option open. One of the 5 classes will study single award science and learning for life and work, and again, that will be based on internal assessment data. As well as the exam-based subjects, students will also study some non-exam based subjects due to statutory requirements. So on the screen I have highlighted them there. RE, PE, Learning for Life and Work, which is made up of 3 strands: employability, citizenship and personal development. At the end of year 12, students should leave Larne Grammar School with 9 or 10 GCSE grades. This will be made up of the 5 or 6 compulsory subjects and 4 optional subjects. It's important when students are making these choices, they do so sensibly. It's important to pick subjects they're good at. I want to stress in judging what a student is good at, as they have to be careful going on the mark alone. They should examine their position in the class. It's difficult to compare a mark on one subject against another subject score. For example, some subjects will need a very high percentage mark at GCSE to gain a good grade, whereas in another subject, a lower percentage mark will achieve the high grade. It's also important that they pick subjects that they will gain good GCSE grades in. This will keep more door pathways open to them. They should also be considering the career implications of their choice. Does the subject provide a good insight and skills for future jobs? And they should also think about the transferable skills that will be gained from studying that subject. Very important in our modern day workplace to be flexible. They should not pick subjects because their friends have picked it or they think it's easy. In all subjects, students should be made to work to a high standard. In the current economic climate, when considering subject choices, it's important that they're considering what career pathways these subjects may lead them to. They want to ensure that their subject choices will lead to employment. In employability, a topic that has been covered is labour market information. This has allowed students the chance to look at various career areas and what the job prospects are like. They should consider this work when selecting their choices. And on the screen, I've highlighted some data from government reports that have highlighted where perhaps growth areas are in the future. So areas such as engineering, financial services, business services, including the IT and legal services, food and drink sectors, advanced manufacturing, so coming up with new innovative products. Generally, vocational courses will find it easier to gain employment, but there's still valuable employability skills to gain from non-vocational courses. And also, I just want to highlight this point on the bottom of the screen there. Recent government research stresses the importance of gaining qualifications to level 3, so that's to 18. Basically not encouraging students to drop out of education at the age of 16. Another piece of government research from the Skills Barometer report has highlighted given growth projections for the Northern Ireland economy up to 2028. So they've highlighted some of the areas that are likely to grow. So the professional sector, professional services, the business sector, and so on there. Scientific and technical sectors. ICT sector predicted to grow strongly there. Health and social work. We have an ageing population. We have to meet the demand of that area. Manufacturing predicted to grow. And then you have some of the other areas highlighted on the screen. So admin and support services, restaurants and hotels, construction, finance and investment, education, and arts and entertainment. Now, I do want to stress the two reports that I have mentioned there were produced pre-COVID and pre-Brexit. So I know there is a lot of uncertainty surrounding any government forecasts at present. The majority of Lauren Grammar School students go on to university education, and I want to spend some time highlighting typical requirements for some popular degree courses. I do want to stress the importance of GCSE grades for going on into university. Many universities use GCSE grades as one of the initial methods of selection. High demand courses such as law, veterinary, medicine, which I've highlighted on the screen there, and dentistry, will typically look at GCSE grades as one of their initial selection methods. Top ranked universities, so your Oxford, your Cambridge, your Edinburgh, your Durham, and your Warwick, will use your GCSE profile as one of their main selection methods. On the next few screens, I've highlighted some popular degree courses that students in Lauren Grammar School will consider, and what is required at A level, which maybe has a knock-on impact on GCSE choices. So accountancy finance, A level maths, very useful for it, sometimes essential, sometimes just a recommended subject, or not needed at all. Business studies, also a very useful subject for a degree in that area. Architecture, the most suitable A levels typically here are art, maths, and physics. Again, it'll depend on the university, what is required there. Computing and IT, most frequently required A level subject is maths. The likes of digital technology, ICT are useful subjects, of course, to go with that grade area. Dentistry, A level chemistry, and one or two other science subjects. So most common mix would be A level chemistry and biology, and the third subject can typically be any other academic based subject. Engineering, A level maths and physics are essential for most types. Maths probably being the more important out of the maths and physics there, and technology also a useful subject. Law, no specific subject requirements. So that's something that students sometimes think they have to study a certain subject. Most universities have no specific requirements there. Medicine, typically chemistry and biology, and the third subject can be anything else. Nursing can be studied without any science at A level, but many universities may ask for one A level science subject. Pharmacy, A level chemistry, along with typically one other science subject. Physiotherapy, one or two science subjects, depending on the university it's been studied at. Sports studies science will typically ask for one A level science subject. Veterinary medicine science, typically the two science subjects, chemistry and biology being the most important two there, with lots and lots of work experience requirements. So many of our science degrees will typically require two science subjects. And you can hopefully see from those couple of career areas I've ran through there that our core subjects keep many of those degree options already open to them, at least to the age of 16, where then they can make more thoughtful choices at that stage. For many degree courses, you can be studied with any particular sixth form A level subject, such as hotel and hospitality management, psychology, social work, sociology, social policy, surveying, and theology. We feel that our core subjects prepare students who wish to have a university education, but also feel that it also helps students who want to follow a non-degree pathway. We do appreciate that Lauren Grammar School, a university education is not the best option for all. And these are other options that we will cover in much more detail in the Year 12 Careers Programme. Just want to outline a few of these on the screen. So some of our students will consider apprenticeships at post 16 and post 18. If they're wanting to leave at 16, they will need 4 GCSE grades at A star to C. I do want to highlight the growth of the apprenticeship route, and particularly post 18. We have so many organisations now offering higher level apprenticeships, so post 18, and degree apprenticeships, which are a fantastic option that you can gain a degree whilst working and get paid. So those are options we look at in an awful lot more detail in the Year 12 Careers Programme. Some of our students may wish to attend further education, such as Belfast Met or NRC following GCSE. And again, they will need GCSE grades for those courses. Some students, and I would say this is fairly infrequent, will go straight into employment at 16. And increasing numbers are looking at the options of degree apprenticeships, higher level apprenticeships, internships, post A level. In preparing your son or daughter for their GCSE choices, Over the last 3 years, and indeed year 10, we have provided this support. So they've had employability classes that have covered a range of topic areas that hopefully have got them to think about their future careers. They have employability booklets, their lesson booklets, which are currently at home with them, or if they have not been able to get it at home with them, there is a PDF version of it in Google Classroom. They will also receive a careers guidance interview, which I'll talk a little more about later on. A subject choice booklet will be on Google Classroom and also on the careers department section of the school website. And they will receive information from all of their subject teachers about new and existing subjects. Other useful information that I want to just highlight, the subject booklet I want to mention again, it will go on the website. It'll be there from the 22nd of February. The Board of Governors report is something you might want to read through. You'll get a flavour of exam results in the last year, and if you can find older versions of the Board of Governors report, you'll find them over the last few years. So that might be something you want to look at as well. Key dates. So the guidance interviews will take place between Monday the 18th of March, or Monday the 8th of March and Friday the 12th of March. These are hoped to will be physical, face-to-face, but if not, we have a contingency plan in place that they will go remotely, those interviews. The subject choice form will be redistributed on Monday the 15th of March and returned on Thursday the 18th of March to Mr. Goff, our curriculum manager. This has been a challenging period of time, and a lot of the work your son or daughter maybe has had to be doing has been completed remotely. I just want to give you an update on what's been going on within their careers employability class. Before Christmas, they were physically in the building, so they will have covered the following topics. So labour market information we started the year with. Then we went on to look at the importance of lifelong learning. On average, how many times do people change their job, and therefore the importance of developing those transferable skills and qualities. So being flexible was a message we were trying to get across to them, and that's important that they do so. Think about that when they're picking their GCSE subjects, that they keep a good mix of subjects that will keep as many options open as long as possible. We also looked at the important area of how much do you get paid for different jobs, which was of great interest to many of our students. Unfortunately, since Christmas, we've had to work remotely. So they've been continuing their lessons via Google Classroom, and the following topics that have either been covered or currently being completed, using a mixture of online resources and video guides. So they've been looking at topics such as qualifications, and they look at any job advert or any university admissions criteria. What does it mean if it says we can accept you with an HND or a foundation degree? So they've been looking at terms like that there. They've also completed a job families questionnaire to find out what group of jobs they may be best match. They've done other careers questionnaires. So Zello, we've insisted they all do Zello, and we've given them some optional questionnaires to start profile of prospects that they may wish to do. They've also looked at the various places where they can get careers information, and much of this is online. They've looked at things like the UCAS website, the Discovery Uni, NI Direct Careers, apprenticeship websites, to name a few. And they also have completed 2 job searches, which have got them to look at a particular career in much more detail in terms of entry requirements, labour market information, what actually are the duties of that job. If they so wish, they can do more than that. But we've asked for them all to complete at least 2 job searches. What will be happening in the next few weeks after the half-term break for all Year 10 students? They will receive the subject choice booklet, and their careers employability teacher will talk to them a little bit more about that. So they will have a chance to look at that booklet and the advice and the information on different subjects within it. They will also receive information on new subjects. So we have 3 new subjects that they can pick from, which are business studies, PE, and motor vehicle studies. So information will be shared in those subjects in the form of video clips that will be on Google Classroom. And also they can have a look at the subject choice booklet. Information on subjects already been studied will be shared through the students' normal subject time, and that might be in the form of a live lesson. It might be in a pre-recorded video. So there'll be various techniques that teachers will use to share that information. They also will receive that additional one-to-one guidance support from a member of staff to discuss their GCSE choices. So this will happen during the week of the 8th of March to the 15th of March. So it's hoped that students will be in school for this. Thus, these should take place face-to-face in a socially distanced manner. If students are not in school, these career interviews will still take place virtually, making use of Google Meet. Further details will follow if we have to implement that contingency plan. So to conclude, I want to stress Trying to get the best possible grades in GCSE is very important, both for returning to sixth form, for securing a university course, and for also employment. Students should think about subjects which they're good at, and also think maybe about careers ideas that they have at present and which subjects would help them fulfill those ambitions. Also, students should work hard at the planning that they're putting into place for their careers there, and that they're making sensible GCSE choices there. Advice and support is available from the Careers Department if anybody needs additional support. So thank you very much for your time and listening to this presentation.